Welcome to Two Guys Down 200 Pounds. I'm Brian. This is Brandon. And we're going to talk about what worked and what didn't and throw in a few sports takes. But let's first start off with this is Mother's Day weekend, and we'd be absolutely idiots to not bring up the GOAT. A lot of people talk about GOAT in sports, but Mother's Day GOATs, my mom, Brandon's mom, I think we'd both agree, greatest of all time.
Yeah. I mean, well, she's not our only mom too, so
She is our
I mean,
only mom.
she has to be the greatest of all time.
I think she is the greatest of all time, but she is a really good mom. I mean, there's no doubt about it. We've already talked about our previous podcast, but
Gave us a lot of snacks.
a lot of snacks, a lot of food. But at the end of the day, and not only mother, she's also a heck of a grandmother.
That's
Right? Not just, but we're going on. We also have my wife, Brandon's wife. We'd be dumb not to mention them as well because they pull
They
big
hold
load.
they hold the house down. Plus, we're currently upstairs recording this, so
And they got the
they're
kids.
holding down the kids right now.
5 kids between the 2 of them, so, they're outnumbered. They are outnumbered, so but we will get into this episode, a little bit of gym anxiety. I think that gym anxiety, it I think it's different for big people just because going into a gym skinny is way different going into a skinny as a big, fat 475-pound dude, or in your case, a 360 or 70-pound guy.
Yeah, I mean, it goes back to us walking in at 400 pounds versus you're walking in skinny. Nobody's really looking at you, just another guy coming to the gym. But then they come back and look at us at 389 or 479, and it's just like, this dude's here for one day.
Or 2 days at max. So I'm gonna see them every now and again, and then they're gonna be gone, right? Same thing with New Year's, but you come in, big dude, everybody's looking at you.
And does does the fat guy that's walking in, does he know what he's doing in the gym?
Well, he obviously don't know because he's 500 pounds. He don't know diddly squat, Brandon. He don't know nothing, but
No, he don't.
and it's that way. That's an easy way for me and Brandon to talk about it. But like me personally, walking into a gym, like one of the first gyms that I really tried to get going at was I was in college. I went to LA Fitness, and I had this big plan. Right, I'm going into LA Fitness. Brandon, I even paid for a trainer.
I did
So-
too.
Yeah, it $150 a month. I was going to go twice a week with the trainer, and I probably paid the trainer, I don't know, 6, 7 months, and I probably went 3 times.
Yeah.
But it's a little and it is scary because your trainer is old Mr. Swolger, right?
Yeah.
That big dude, and he's training me. And I do know a little bit, and I know you know a little bit about working out, but it's still that him looking at you, wanting to know what is he thinking of us.
Yeah. I mean, it's all the perception, right? Like he's looking at you 479, 389, two fat dudes, but we didn't work out together, but working out two separate dudes. And you're talking about dudes like, this dude ain't done nothing. Zero.
He ain't done nothing his whole life, it don't look like.
Even though we did kind of know coming into it because we played football, we both did weight training in high school. So
Yep.
coming into it, we kind of knew, but we just knew the basics. We didn't, you know, we kind of still act like we knew everything, but we didn't.
No, we didn't. That's exactly why we wanted to get a trainer, kind of tell us what to do in every workout. Because, we can go in and, we can do chest press and we can do a squat. We can do the 4 big exercises that we know, but we wanted to do other things. But
Bench, squat, hand cleans and
yeah,
biceps.
Yeah, you just
biceps.
you do the main things. But the whole anxiety, I think, is walking into a gym and just not feeling comfortable. That everybody's looking at you. Everybody's staring at the big guy. Everybody wants to know what he's doing here. Like Brendan said, not thinking we're gonna last more than a week at max. But it is a big deal. You got to find a gym that accepts you, I guess I'll say, because LA Fitness for me wasn't that.
I mean, LA Fitness back then was equivalent to Crunch is now.
Yeah,
It was your big time new gym that everybody went to.
yeah. A lot of people.
Yeah,
A lot of
tons.
a lot of big dudes, a lot of swole girls, swole guys, just big dudes that go every single day, and we weren't there. We weren't at that point, and it's not easy. Everybody's like, "Go to a gym, just go to a gym," but everybody, if they wanna admit it or not, everybody's a little worried about being judged.
Oh yeah. I mean, my first time walking into Anytime Fitness that I currently go to, the first thing I did when I walked in, dude, there's probably 2 or 3 girls there that are absolutely swole, every muscle's popping out of their back,
Ye
and I'm walking in there at 379, knowing dang well I was going over there to grab 20-pound dumbbells, and these girls' muscles were popping, they were looking and judging and was probably laughing at me,
Yeah,
and I was embarrassed to even go over there and grab the 20s because they were so big, and of course, any dude's like, there ain't no girl gonna outlift me,
mhm,
but they did.
yeah.
Made me look like an idiot.
Yeah, and it's not like, look, you go in there and you see these girls. Me and Brandon ain't going to the gym to try to pick up a girl at that time. You
No.
walk in at 4. First of all, we're married, so we better not be. But that's the last thing. You see a girl over there. We're not going in there. Some guys go to the gym, try to see a pretty girl. That's the last thing we're worried about. We're worried about them being stronger than us.
Yeah. I'm going over there to pick up a 20, and I don't wanna see them picking up a 50-pound dumbbell making me look like an idiot.
But it happens all the time in the beginning for
Yeah,
sure.
for sure.
Um, and then there's other gyms, right? I've been to LA, I've been to Planet Fitness. I think Brandon went to Planet Fitness for a little while. I was never a big fan of Planet Fitness. It was the same thing. You walk in, got a lot of people there.
But the thing is literally the gym's, like, known for not judging anybody, but when you walk in, you automatically feel judged too.
Yeah, but I think it's because it's still big. Yeah, and they claim this whole, no judgment zone or whatever they have
No tank
plans for.
tops,
No,
no gallon of
yeah.
water, no even a grunt on a bench press.
Yeah, yeah, they're supposed to set off this button or this alarm that sounds out through the whole gym and blah, blah. I never heard
I
it.
mean, that's more embarrassing to me than that alarm's gonna be directed at me
Yeah,
going across the gym.
but it's also not knowing anybody, I think, too, right? You're going in the gym by yourself, you don't know nobody. So then you're just going from machine to machine to machine and
And not having a routine either.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
like, people are judging you and like, "Oh, okay, well, he's going from chest. Well, now this dude's doing legs?
yeah.
What is he doing?"
Well, that's because that's the only workouts we know. We're not doing all these little muscles like they're doing to show everything, right? We don't see absolutely or not see. We don't do every little muscle like a lot of these big people because honestly, in my opinion, like when I walk into these gyms, these bigger gyms, the LAs, the Planet Fitness, like that's the first people who stand out to me.
Are the big ones.
Yeah, the big
Yeah,
dudes,
the big
big
swole
girls.
dudes, this yeah.
But reverse that. If you're a big dude, a swole girl, the first dude you're gonna look at is the big fat dude walking in. His belly's hanging out of his shirt, you know?
Wondering what he's doing there.
Yeah. And that's what we think about. That's what when we walk into a gym, that's what we're thinking about. Man, who's staring at you? Who's judging you? Who's doing this? In which I guess at the end of the day shouldn't be a big deal.
Shouldn't matter because you're going there to hopefully get on a routine and do it right. Like, it doesn't matter what big swole Joe over here is
Mm.
doing. I mean, we're there for ourselves and it shouldn't matter, but it does matter.
You still think about it. I mean, you gotta think about it. There's no if people say they don't think about it, they're probably lying, I
Yeah.
would say.
And
Uh,
I mean, like you said, I even think, and I'm far from being a soldier is what we
mhm,
would say, but I still go in there and look at everybody too. I mean,
yeah,
it's not just now that I lost all this weight that I just go in there and I forget. Like Like, I still see people and I see them look at me working out, whether they're trying to either get something from me or they're looking at me like, "What is this idiot doing?" Still to this day, and I still feel like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, but I think the difference between us looking at somebody and a big swole dude looking at somebody, maybe they've always been swole. Maybe they've always worked out. They've never been big. They've never like when I go in and I'm still big, right? I'm still big. Brandon's gotten down, but I'm still big. If I see another big guy come in, I'm like, heck yeah, man, this dude's ready to rock and roll, right? And that's what I'm looking at. But even like when I walk into a gym and I'm looking at somebody, I look at a dude and I'm like, God almighty, that dude is massive or man, that girl, every muscle in her shoulder is showing.
I know, which is funny because when I was at the gym the other day, this big old swole dude, man, his biceps probably the size of my head. The first thing I walked up to him and said was, "Dude, what do you eat?" So, I mean, he literally, I mean, his bicep was probably every bit the size of my head, and I just want to know, what does this guy do for me to get there,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, because we wanna know how to get there. We wanna know how to be what they're being, but that's what I'm saying, judging people. We come into a gym, me and Brent, we're not judging you, we're just almost admiring,
Yeah,
you
we
know?
kinda want, I mean, not kinda, we wanna know how you got there.
Yeah, what did you do?
What is it gonna take it for us to get there?
Yeah, yeah, and then on the flip side, like I said, there's, you know, couple dudes at the gym I'm at now, big dudes come in and I'm like, yeah, man, let's get it. Another big dude coming in here trying to get his fitness journey going on, weight loss journey. I don't know what his goals are. I'm not sure, but I think people who have lost the weight and got down, they look at people differently. Whereas the dude who's always been big is like, how did you let yourself get that way? Right? That's how I feel. A big swole guy's like, how did this dude let himself get to 480 pounds? You know, I didn't want to get that way, but it just happened. And I think that's how they view it.
Yeah, and I think also, like going back, like what you're talking about when you see a big dude in the gym is my first thing is I don't initially first go up there and talk to them. I actually try to wait around a few days to see if they're consistent with it.
Yeah.
And then once they're consistent with it is when I actually bring up my story and show them my picture to maybe encourage them to come back, because if it was like me and I seen somebody walk up to me and was telling me about their story, it kinda woulda encouraged me to keep going back, but, I just relied on seeing pictures and TikToks and seeing these dudes, start off at 600 pounds to get down, and it's a lot easier to be motivated by actually really seeing
Yeah.
the story in front of you.
Yeah. I mean, pictures, before and afters.
Yeah.
You don't realize the difference, because I see Brandon every day, every other day, whatever it is. I see we see each other a lot, and you don't realize till he pulls up a picture from a year ago, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude, you were big. But I see him now. You don't think back that because it's a slow. When I see him all the time, it's a slow. But the before and after, I think that helps a lot of people.
And it's honestly like you're saying, like I show you a picture from a year ago, or I pull up a picture of you forever ago, and even you now, you see that picture, and we don't see it because we see each other every day.
Yeah,
I to me, I would still say you're almost the same size as you were a year ago, just for a simple fact that I see you every
yeah,
day.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I was on the baseball field this weekend, little travel baseball tournament, but we'll talk about that a little later. But one of my coaches was like, "Man, Brian," and I'm sure if you're following, you've seen the video of my big butt jumping over a pillow. Um, but he was like, "God, you were really, really," and I was like, "Fat."
Big,
You can say
yeah.
it.
Say,
You can
don't
say
make me
it.
scared.
I was like, he was really, really, and I was like, "Fat, you can say it. It's okay. I know it. You don't realize it until you look back." Like he even made the comment, but I see him all the time, right? I see him all year long, 2, 3, 4 days a week. So it's another person who doesn't really see it a lot until you show up a before pic or, a video or whatever. But that's why me personally, and I think Brandon too, you see another big guy walking in the gym, like I do want to talk to him. I do want to help him out. If he's, wants to lose weight, and like we said, we're not an expert, but I know what he's going through.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it was just like us walking through the gym with the anxiety. I could only imagine what his anxiety was.
Yeah.
And honestly, what helped me with my anxiety was once I started working there, I was actually shopping at Publix, literally. This big old dude that works out at Anytime Fitness, his name's Brian. And I just happened to be walking through Publix, and he literally stopped me in Publix and was like, "Hey, dude, I recognize what you've been doing in the gym." He's like, "Your face is getting smaller. You're you're looking great, and you're doing a heck of a job, man." And I didn't even know this. I didn't even know him. I mean, now I would consider him one of my better friends. You want to say gym friends or friends? Now we talk every day. We work out. And I wouldn't say every day. We talk every time he comes to the gym. We actually work out now together when he's there. And I mean, he was the one that kind of got me away from the gym anxiety. He got me going, and then tons of people started coming into the gym and started talking to me. It was like, dude, I recognize all the hard work you're doing. I started working out with this other guy. His name was Ryan. He's probably been a trainer for like 30 something years. And he was like, "Hey man, let me help you work out." And at first I was like, this big old swole dude wants to help me work out. Now I'm just going to be judged every time I come to the gym. So at first it was like, God, man, I don't want this big swole dude looking at me every time in the gym. But in all reality, he was just trying to help me to better me, which turned out, to be a great relationship because now, as crazy as this sounds, me, Ryan, and Brian all 3 work out together. Like, usually if you see us in the gym, us 3 are working out, and then it's the same core group of people that work out at any time. Once you start meeting people and you hear everybody's story and you get encouraged and the anxiety starts to go away.
Yeah. And it's, and the other little bit of anxiety that people don't talk about is this big dude comes up. Brandon wants to work out. Well, Brandon don't want to do bench press with him
No.
because he's doing 500 pounds and Brandon can't hardly get up the bar.
Heck no, because I just filmed the dude, what was it,
Yeah,
Brian, last
last
week?
week.
I think it was,
Yeah.
dude, Brian did 500 pounds on the freaking bench press. And I'm over here struggling, finally hit my max right now, which is 225.
Yeah.
And I'm doing half of what this guy does. So not only is it embarrassing that it's not embarrassing to work out with him, but it's embarrassing because we're taking off like 3 plates to get
Yeah.
down to
Yeah.
what I'm doing versus what they're doing. So
Mhm.
it's embarrassing on my end, but in all reality, they encourage me and are right there by me the entire time working out. So my anxiety goes away.
Yeah, and that's what I say. I think that, I know not everybody wants to do it, but what I will say from a big guy losing weight, and Brandon just brought it up, I'm not even saying compliment somebody, but just tell them you see them.
Yeah.
I see what you're doing. I see you, right? Like I've had multiple people at the gym say, "Man, you look great," right? I see you losing weight. You've lost weight. How much weight have you lost? Like, don't be afraid to compliment.
And how encouraging is that? I
I
mean,
know.
that made you want to turn around and come back.
Exactly, and I'm not even a dude or I'll tell Lauren this, my wife, like, I don't need compliments. I don't want that. But when somebody tells it to you, it hits a little different. Then you're like, heck yeah, man, I am doing like people
And you
can't
feel the accomplishments and it makes you want to keep showing up to the gym or come the next day and
yeah,
keep doing it because you feel like, well, daggum, if they're noticing it, who else is noticing it?
yeah, yeah. And then, I mean, I know we've talked about Burn in the past, but that's the gym that I've been at for a while now, and Brandon's been at any time, but um, and I'm sure I'm not gonna lie and say that there's probably people at Burn that do judge.
Oh, I'm sure.
I mean, there's gotta be, right? But
There's probably people that judge at every gym.
every gym. But for the most part, what I've liked about Burn is that, I mean, I know a lot of people that go there. Even in the beginning, baseball people, my wife, brother-in-law, sister-in-law, I've known a lot of people, but it just seems a little more welcoming. So I feel like it makes me want to go. I don't have that gym anxiety when I when I go to Burn because you're high-fiving. We've talked about the high
Yeah.
fives,
I
you
mean,
know, and
everybody's got a high five
yeah,
there. So, I mean,
and you're talking. They make you partner, and they don't always let you partner with who you wanna partner with.
God knows it sucks partnering with
Yeah,
somebody at Burn.
yeah, especially when you're, 400 pounds and you've partnered up with
'Cause
110.
there's not many big other people besides you at the
Yeah,
gym that you can
yeah.
partner with.
But even the guys that I work out with there, like, we talk sports and we talk and they're high-fiving and good job and great and, "Hey, man, you're looking great." Like,
And then
I
partnering up with them, they're pushing you probably.
yeah, they're making you go harder as as you're losing weight because
Even though they're carrying majority of your load at Burn.
yes, yes, yes. If you're doing a partner workout and we got 100 reps, they're doing 75 and I'm doing 25,
25.
but they don't ever say a word
Right.
about it. They may tell their wife when
Oh,
they
when
get
they
home.
went home, they're like, "I had Brian, I carried most of the weight
Yeah.
today."
But there's a lot of dudes there, and, I think it just the way they have the gym set up, in my opinion, the community they try to build, I'm not gonna say fully eliminates the anxiety of going to the gym, but it does help. Because there are people of all different shapes, sizes, ages. I mean, it goes from my daughter's 13. I think that's the youngest you can go. And there's dudes in there and girls in there that are 65, 60 years old. And there's big dudes and there's big guys, big, strong guys. It's a whole wide variety of, um, but I will give you this little funny story here, this little funny burn story. Um, One thing that I've always done working out is I'll go as hard as I can. But when I know I can't do something, I can't do it. And I think most people just see a big dude and they're like, he's just being lazy. Right.
Yeah.
No, I promise you, I will go as hard
You'll
as I
go
can.
hard the first 5 minutes.
I'll go as hard as I can until I can't do it no more. But we do this thing at Burn called I think it's called ledge rolls or power rolls or something, but you're standing on the side of the ledge and you got to roll back and then you roll back forward and stand up. And the trainer's there and I'm like, I can't do this. And she's like, yeah, you can. Yeah, you can
You
do it.
gotta modify that for
You
me.
can
Can
do
can
it.
I do a half roll?
Yeah, you can do it. But this is also my 479-pound side, right? And I'm like, I'm telling you I can't do this. And she's like, you can do it. I'm gonna get a strap, which is, it's a big, gigantic rubber band, right?
Which is kind of embarrassing too, because
Yeah.
going in there, you're like, "Crap,
Yeah.
I gotta use the strap because I'm big."
And I'm the only dude using the strap.
Yeah.
And I got a girl trainer who's fixing to try to pull me up, and I know God knows
And
everybody's
a lot of those trainers aren't little itty bitty girls. They're
yeah,
they're big, strong girls too.
big, strong girls. And she's like, I got you. You hold on to this strap. I'm gonna hold on it. You roll back and I'm gonna pull you back. And I'm like, I'm telling you, I can't do it. She's like, yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. So I grab the end of the strap. She grabs the other end. I do my power roll back. I pull her right down on top of me. I'm like, I told you I can't.
Try to warn them.
I tried to warn, I can't do it. And like I said, I'll go as hard as I can. I tried to warn her. She didn't take my warning very seriously.
Next minute, she knows she's on top of 479. Thank God her husband wasn't there.
Yeah. Yeah, my God, we may maybe in a little fight there.
Oh.
But, it's just little things like that, part of you, I do wanna be pushed. And Brandon wants to be pushed, right? That's why he's working out with the dudes that lift all these heavy weights and the burn trainers do a great job of pushing you. Um,
Dude, they get right in your face too.
but you are being watched, right? When they're there, I'm being watched. And then I don't know, a couple months ago, it was the same thing. I went to my wife, I was like, no, the owner of Burn, I can't even think of his name. My wife would kill me if she knew I didn't know his name. But anyways, he came to Burn Ackworth and they were filming, they did a lot of things, and that joker would not stay off of me. He was on me like white on rice, and I'm like, "Man, just leave me alone." Because
Quit causing tension to
it
me.
causes attention to me, and I'm like,
And
"I
then-
don't want that attention."
And then everybody's watching you, and you're like, dude,
But that's part of the anxiety part. I don't want everybody watching me. I don't need everybody watching me, and that's the only thing, but I think Burn does a good job of it. and Brandon
Yeah.
seems to have found good, you know.
And even when I've gone to burn, and I've only been probably a handful of times, and I mean, I think they see my wife, and then they come over there and they see me, and they think they gotta give me crap because I'm there with my wife, and I've only been there a few times. So let's jump on Brandon while we're there.
Yeah, new dude here.
Yeah,
Let's get on this guy.
yeah.
But and then I guess the only other thing I really wanted to talk about was just touch on it was adapting to new schedules as far as because I've been woodworking for a long time, 8 years. I got offered another job from another company. I decided to take it. My dad's still doing the
Rustic
rustic
acorn.
acorn. He's still doing it. Um, but trying to find new gym times. And I know you've been to other jobs and gyms and blah, 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 but trying to get trying to get to a new schedule. And I'm not 100% sure how to do that with baseball. And that's why, if anybody has any ideas, listeners, let me know, right?
Well,
Because I'm trying to figure
it's
out.
funny you bring it up because I told Annette on the way home yesterday, I believe. I was like, "Brian got that new job. I don't even know if that dude's going to burn anymore.
It's been about 2 weeks and I haven't been, and I'm trying to figure out like, and it's an easy excuse, right? You got to,
Get too busy."
you go to work, you get too busy, and then, Monday through Thursday, we got sports after work. So,
And then on top of that, burn only has certain time classes. I don't know at the latest they go,
well,
but
and well, the afternoon, once I get done with work now, the afternoon's shot because I got to drive home now, to get ready for sports and take them to sports. The afternoon, so my only option is, do I get up at 4:40,
4:30.
4:30, 4:45 and hit the 5:30 class?
And I've
That's what I'm struggling.
I've never been a morning
Yeah.
person to go to the gym. I honestly I that it's really hard for me to get up at 4:30 in the morning and be super pumped about going to the gym because I don't think I'd ever go 4:30. I want the extra sleep first
Well,
of all.
and I do too, but I also think at some point in which I'm obviously my wife's been on me about it, but I think I'm at that point of like, just suck it up and do it. Just get up at 4:45. And I mean, I get up at 5:40 now, but get up at, and I could even get up at 5. Burn ain't but right down the road. I could get up at 5 and go and be at work. But, I think I'm falling into the trap of too busy excuses. And it's just, I could get up 30 minutes earlier or 40 minutes earlier. And is it really that big of a deal?
I don't know. 30,
I
45
mean,
minutes sleep to me is
it
a big
seems
deal.
like a big deal. I just don't want to, I don't want to fall into the I'm too busy because you know, I'm not, you can always find time to work out. And the last 2 weeks have been rough for me, but I think I'm at a point of not a rock bottom, but I'm at a point where I'm like, I got to do it.
Well, then you're on such a routine, and like me, even if I miss a day now at the gym, like it kind of feels weird. It's like, oh man, like I didn't go to the gym
Yeah.
today,
Yeah.
and I can imagine what not going to the gym
Yeah.
for 2 weeks is when you've been going every day at least 5 times a week.
Yeah. Yeah. And I guess the thing that really made me think, the same dude who was saying that I looked skinny.
I ain't seen you, Brian.
Yeah.
Where you
He
been?
was like, when the last time you been to Burn? I'm like, I don't know. It's been a couple weeks. And I was like, but the only time I can go is 5:30 a.m. class. And he was like, got to suck it up and do it. You just got to make a change.
Falling off, Brian.
Yeah.
I mean, this is where it starts creeping back in your head where you're like, man, maybe I'm gonna end up back at
Well, yeah,
475.
because, and that's the thing. I don't want to, and I'm still eating right and everything like that, but I don't want to, I don't want to fall off the train. So I think I'm going to have to just suck
Yes.
it up. But
Damn.
that'll be, if anybody's got any ideas, shoot me a text or post it on our Facebook. Let me know
Yeah.
if I need to suck it up.
Send us a DM. Slide in our DMs is what they say. Let them know. If you like working out at 5:30, and if you work out at 5:30 at Burn or whatever, 4:30, shoot Brian a message and maybe
Hold me accountable.
yeah, dude, I'll meet you there.
Yeah.
And if he don't show up, you blow his phone up for the next 2 days and say, "Dude, where you been?"
Yeah. Yeah.
Make him feel bad. But if you work out in the morning, shoot us a DM Brian will get it, and we'll make sure that he's in in the gym with you. At least somebody hold him
Yeah,
accountable, please.
there, but well, let's get into our little bit of sports takes here, and I'm gonna first jump on this real quick because a little bit of a hot topic last week, Brandon. Travel ball, woo, overrated, underrated.
Oh,
Uh,
man.
I said that it was overrated, and I still maybe overrated was a bad term because I think it's definitely it's an oversaturated. Like travel baseball
Too
is
many
good.
teams.
It's too many teams.
There's a lot of teams that probably shouldn't be there,
They shouldn't be there,
but
but are. And you go out and you play these teams and you beat them really bad. Um, and you're like, man, like y'all should still be in rec baseball. So overrated was definitely more along the lines of oversaturated.
and not to mention for anybody that listens to the podcast that doesn't know Brian, he's actually coached Brian, and he coaches a 10U travel ball
Yeah,
team.
yeah,
So it was a little bit of a hot take. I can only imagine probably some of the parents probably text you, was like,
yeah.
dude, overrated, and you're coaching our team. What are you doing?
Yeah, and that's what it was. I just got a lot of heat from, a lot of heat, and that's what I'm saying. I do think that travel baseball is great, but it's gotta be great for the right kids.
Hey, it's so great that this weekend on Mother's Day weekend, your team went out and got them a dub in the championship today. This weekend with, hey, we'll even give a shout out to old Tate, who hit a grand slam in the championship game.
Yep.
He deserves that recognition on this
Yeah,
podcast
little
today.
little shout out there. Old Tater got him a tater bomb. But yeah, we'll like I said, I travel baseball's good. I'm not gonna say it's not good,
The
but
talent's good.
the talent
It's just
it's just
oversaturated with some
it's
teams
just too
that
much.
that
Yeah.
not everybody's team should be in there.
Yeah.
Obviously, Brian's team's in there, and they just won a championship, so
Yeah.
we're good.
Yeah, we're not bad, but sticking on the topic of baseball, Brandon Brandon posted video, Bobby Cox, the legendary Bobby Cox,
Mm.
passed away, what, Saturday?
I think they originally say passed away on Friday. I think they didn't let everybody know until Saturday.
Yeah. Uh, but obviously Braves, me growing up, Brandon growing up, like Bobby Cox is what we knew.
Majority of my life, that's what I grew up with, was Bobby Cox was the manager of the Braves, and probably first I ever even started watching them. I mean,
Mhm.
all the way back to the World Series is really when I started watching Braves baseball, and there was Bobby Cox, and I mean, who don't remember I think 158 tosses that dude's got
Oh, yeah.
tossed out of games.
Yeah.
So I mean, the dude's legendary. He's known in the Major League Baseball
Hall of
world.
Famer.
I mean, Hall of Famer. I mean,
Yeah.
the dude won like 14 pennants, I think, one World Series. I don't know how many World Series how many World Series he was actually in, which I think was quite a few.
Well, and I think that's the only thing, like, if somebody's gonna knock on Bobby Cox, it's just that he didn't win the World Series enough.
Yeah,
Right.
should have had multiple.
He shoulda had multiple. There was other times we were, in it, didn't win, or we won all these pennants and we didn't, you get, knocked out first round, whatever, NLDS or NLCS, whatever it may be. I think that's the only knock somebody would say. But if you're gonna, losing Bobby Cox is a big deal in Braves country.
Yeah, it's a hard one because, like I said, anybody that grew up in the '90s, I mean, that's pretty much all we knew until old Snit came around and turned things around. I mean,
Mhm.
we had was it Gonzalez for a few
Yeah.
years, but then we had Snit turn around, which was on staff with Bobby for
Yeah.
I think his whole tenure. He was
Yeah.
coaching for the Braves. So
Yeah. And then while we're on the Braves do drop their first series.
they did.
They dropped the first series. They were the last team standing in MLB that had won every series so far, and they end up losing the series. Wasn't, I mean, I know they lost 2 or 3, but it wasn't terrible games. Um, and then after you lose your first series, and then you got to roll right into the Dodgers.
which is the next top team in Major League
Yeah,
Baseball, pretty much is what they say.
yeah, you have to go to the Dodgers. You're not even playing them at home, and you gotta go Freddie, and you gotta see Shohei, and, that's not an easy thing, and then, I know they lost Friday, and then I know they announced Bobby Cox's death, and they won on last night on Saturday.
Strider comes back, pitches a gem. I think he had 8 Ks
8
last
Ks,
night.
8 Ks through 6 innings, and then uh, Sunday, the Braves beat the Dodgers 7-2. So they end up winning the series against the Dodgers. I mean, that's a big deal, I think.
No, that's huge. You take 2 out of 3 from the Dodgers and one of the biggest teams for sure. Why we're talking about the Braves, the Savannah Bananas are in town
Mm.
currently, and I posted a video earlier. Was it yesterday or the day before about Savannah Bananas experience being overrated, underrated? Um, have you ever gone to Savannah Bananas game?
I went last year. We went last year. I think it was last year, maybe a year before. I don't know when it was, but we went, they were over in, Gwinnett, right? The Striper Stadium, yep. They were in the Striper Stadium. I personally think it's a one and done for me.
One down. So overrated or underrated?
I would say overrated. One time I saw him one time, that's all I really need to see.
I
I'm not
mean,
saying it's not fun. It's
yeah,
cool, and maybe for the kids, the
yeah.
kids probably love it.
That's what I was about to say. I think for me, for an adult, I thought it was overrated. I think it's probably underrated for the kids because it's a lot of involvement, right? Like when you take
Yeah,
the kids to a Braves game, you feel like the kids get a little bored
yeah.
because there's not much involvement for them in the game other than watching.
Mhm.
The Savannah Bananas actually bring involvement to the stands and,
And it's
and
excitement.
excitement.
Yeah, it's excitement every inning though too, right? Because it's not just, shoot, they hit a foul ball and a fan catches it, right?
It's an
It's an
out.
out. But they do all kind of stuff, which I think it's more geared towards the kids, which at the end of the day, as a as an adult, overrated, as a kid, I think underrated because there's
Yeah.
so much involvement. There's so much stuff they do.
Because I guarantee you, if we asked the kids to come in here and ask their opinion, they would tell you they love Savannah Banana
Yeah.
Bar.
Yeah.
But for me as an adult, I'd tell you overrated all day. I mean, there wasn't nothing that exciting. Matter of fact, if I wanted to pay to go see a circus, I would just go to the circus.
Yeah. Yeah. But like I said, for me, one time done. Kids, I think they love it, which I'm not hating on them because they do a lot of the dances that the kids love,
Yeah.
all the
I mean,
TikTok stuff.
all the trendy stuff they do.
Yeah, and at the end of the game, we stood out there last year at the end of the game just getting autograph after autograph after autograph, of the players, and the kids just eat it up, man.
And I think that's what's so great about the kids because they're so heavily involved with the audience versus you go to a Braves game, you'd be lucky if you can catch a guy out
Mhm.
there at the dugout signing autographs after the game. And if you do, it's one guy and he's swamped with 50 people and you're probably not going to get a autograph from him.
Yep, yep.
Um, After that, we're rolling into our segment of overrated, underrated segment. We do this every week. This is one of our staples for our podcast, so we're going to get right into it. Brian, are you overrated or underrated on the bat flip?
I am, a lot of old school people probably hate this, but I'm underrated, man. I think the bat flip is great, and not it goes more than the bat flip. I think I'll say celebrations. Celebrations are underrated, because I think that's part of the fun, right? I know everybody, them old school old heads would tell you, "Hit a bomb and just run it. Just round the bases," but man, like, 'cause Tate hit a home run this weekend. He needs to enjoy it.
Did
That's
he
why
did he toss his bat?
he did not bat flip.
All right, see, that's what I'm for. I'm all for celebration. Let's do a celebration around the bag.
Yeah.
Why do we need some excited bat flip? So, I mean, I've seen videos of kids throwing it 15 feet in the air. Why? Get your butt around the base and let's go. Celebrate when you touch home plate with your buddies after Tate, for instance, hit a grand slam, he touches home plate, all his celebrating then. I don't care about a backflip. Matter of fact, if you want to see her and try to pimp a backflip, backflip, you get home. I really like to see my catcher down there ready to beat somebody now.
I just can't. I can't.
That's crazy.
I want to see it. I think it brings excitement to the game. Think you got baseball does get boring. Hit a home run, pimp it.
Yeah,
Pimp
pimp
it
it around the bags, not the freaking bat flip, dude.
Pimp it, man.
Yeah, well, let's go. All right, why don't we play a little wiffle ball games, knock one out, and you do a bat flip today, and we'll see what happens. Getting right into the next one, wearing hoodies while working out.
I mean, me, I think it's overrated. I don't want to be that hot. I have no desire. I've tried it. I've worn a hoodie and it's miserable. I think it's overrated big time.
I agree with you. I know there's not always a lot of things we agree with and disagree with, but wearing a hoodie, I'm already big as it is.
Oh,
The last thing I want to do is throw on another hoodie. And I know a lot of people throw on hoodies when they hit the treadmill. Not me, brother.
no.
I don't want a hoodie nowhere near me. I just want my t-shirt and little shorts on and I'm gonna hit the weights. You can drop a hoodie.
Yeah, I don't need a Brandon. I'd work out naked if I knew people didn't judge me. I don't need no extra.
You definitely get judged if you're
judged on
out
that
naked.
one, huh?
Watching sports at the stadium.
I know I already know that me and Brandon disagree with this. I don't every once in a while I'll say, okay, let's do it, but I still think it's overrated. I think I would much rather watch it at home. I can see every replay on the TV and I don't have to get in the crowds and the traffic and all that. I just think I think it's a little overrated.
Dude, I think it's underrated, especially college football. I even Braves playoff games. Dude, there's nothing more hyped about going to a Braves playoff game or even the Braves versus Dodgers game. Dude, that hype being there at the game, nothing matches it. And you're not going to get it on the TV. Go to a Georgia game.
Yeah.
Dude, just the smell of tailgates get me fired up for the game. Like, get me there. Let's go. Let's get a chance going. Even United soccer games, still one of the best experiences I ever gone to at the game when they were good, when they won that championship run. That was the funnest times I've ever had is going to the game. Watching it on TV, yeah, you might get to see some extra replays or see angles we don't see at the games. But at the game, when you're in the atmosphere, dude, there's nothing better than sitting at Sanford Stadium, 99,000 or 100,000 people watching the game together. Drinking a gallon of water a day.
I mean, I would say it's underrated because I do believe that drinking a lot of water really helps in losing weight. I don't know the health benefits because I'm not a doctor, but I do think when I drink a gallon of water a day, I do see weight move off the scale faster.
I'm definitely same thing. I think drinking a gallon of water is underrated. I drink a gallon of water every day unless it's Sunday or Saturday.
Yeah.
Usually my hardest because I don't really pay attention to it as much. But during the week, a gallon of water I gotta have. Ending conference championship games for the SEC, ACC, Big 12, Big 10. Overrated or underrated?
It's a hard one for me because I personally think that the conference championships still mean something. So I would say underrated because I think, and it's different, but I think winning the SEC means something.
Dude, get that out of here. Let's end them. Dude, we're getting in the playoffs. The last thing I need is another game for Georgia players to get hurt. The last thing I need is a championship game. Yes, it probably means something, but does it really mean anything? Like what meant more to you? The Georgia win the SC championship or Ole Miss winning the first round of the playoffs and we went home?
I just think that being the conference champion still means something. And the way it's trending, it probably doesn't mean something, but it means something to me. And I think Kirby, I think it means something to him, and it may be dwindling too, but I still personally think that conference championship games mean something.
I I personally think we just got to get out. I mean, my biggest thing is just injuries, man. All I see is injuries.
I
The
mean, I
last
know
thing I need going into a playoff game is your star quarterback going down.
I know it's coming. I know the conference championships are going, but I personally wouldn't take them out. That's just my
Starbucks coffee.
overrated. That's just my opinion. I am a Duncan guy all the time, or even this is a little unofficial shout out, but Brandon put me on this, the whole Black Rifle.
Black, yeah, Black Rifle coffee, which is really good. I,
Yeah.
I like it too, but I don't really have one around here, so I can't really support it other than getting a K cup out of the house, which I
Yeah.
don't have time for in the morning.
Yeah.
I just joined in on a hand clap, but I'm Starbucks, dude. I'm 100% Starbucks. I go to Starbucks a minimum 4 times a week.
Yeah, you were just on the clap because you felt it coming there. You heard me saying it, but I don't like Starbucks. I don't. I will go to Duncan all day, every day, extra large black coffee with a little cup of ice. Put me a couple ice cubes in there. I'm going, baby.
I was hardcore Dunkin', and then I switched back to Starbucks, and I ain't looked back. I've been stuck on it. Now, if Caribou Coffee, that shop down the road, was a little bit closer, I'd probably be more of a Caribou person because that's really my favorite coffee out of all of them. But so I'm a Starbucks man.
That's that is awful. But well, that'll wrap up this. We're gonna give a little shout out to Chris. If you need any power washing, pressure washing house driveways, just give him a shout. His number again, 678-605-6565.
Also, give us shout out on the podcast, social media. Follow us on all social medias. Also, rate each podcast if you can. That's what's going to boost us to get higher in ratings and more people see us, and people that relate to us will get this podcast to them. But
Until next time.
see ya.